What's cracking, guys? Omar Yusuf here, back with another video. Yeah, I mean the title, I mean what I say, but sit down, enjoy yourself. You're going to learn something today. I'm going to give my perspective on why I find bodybuilding, personally, not very exciting and why that's not necessarily a bad thing. People talk about motivation all the time, but discipline is where it's at. And you see, I've had the opportunity over the last few weeks training with quite a few different people. I trained with Alex, Alpha Destiny, I trained with Jeff Nippard, I trained with Eric Helms, I trained with Igor, aka Vitruvian Physique, all in the span of probably 2 to 3 weeks. And as you guys probably know, right now I'm in a hypertrophy phase where I want to build muscle. I've trained a lot of different things in my time. I've had a lot of different goals. Strength is and has always been more of a focus for me than building muscle, but recently I decided, you know what? Strength can only carry you so far. I've built a physique that I'm proud of with my previous training. You know, I squatted 500 pounds, deadlifted 600 pounds, bench press 365. But in order to become more jacked, bench pressing 375 or 380 wasn't necessarily going to be the solution. I have focused heavily on strength for a long period of time, and so hypertrophy or more hypertrophy based workouts where I'm chasing the volume, focusing on progressive overload, so doing more reps, more sets over time is probably more important for my current physique than doing more weight. I've kind of maxed out that area. So my workouts have changed as a result of that, and I was talking with all these individuals, and most of us agreed. I remember I had a conversation actually yesterday. There's a upcoming video with Igor, Vitruvian Physique, where we both basically agreed that bodybuilding isn't very exciting. This style of training, especially when you compare it to powerlifting, and that's not an insult. Again, it's what you get out of it and what your goals are. I think for a bodybuilder, you want to look a certain way. So what you do in the gym is just, you know, the vehicle that gets you to your destination. And so when you chase rep PRs, you chase the pump, you go to failure, my question would be, is that as exciting as, let's say, hitting a 1 rep max, a new PR? And for me personally, the adrenaline you get, the focus, the dedication, knowing you spent 10 weeks to prepare for this 1 PR, and that adrenaline rush, that natural high that you get from accomplishing that goal, nothing compares in any workout when it comes to bodybuilding. It's great to make progress, and I've really enjoyed recently hitting more rep PRs, set PRs. It's something, again, that is necessary in order for me to get bigger, but the day-to-day workouts aren't as exciting, and that's, again, not a bad thing, and that's why I think a lot of people go from that intermediate stage and never ascend to the advanced stage because they focus too much on motivation. Motivation can wane where you get excited to go to the gym, you work out really hard, you go home, and you hope that motivation carries you forward every single day. But as progress begins to slow down, especially when it comes to hypertrophy, and you're chasing, instead of 15 reps, doing 16 reps, it's not as exciting. And that's where the monotony of lifting comes into play, and discipline is far more important than motivation. And that's something that has really been reinforced for me this training block. Discipline is absolutely critical. You don't have to necessarily love the process. I think, again, I would say probably that's another reason, another explanation why strength, powerlifting, or power building programs, or people that want to get jacked train strength as well, because it's a lot of fun, right? Getting that natural rush, the adrenaline, feeling that weight in your hands, it's very satisfying. Whereas when doing a more traditional bodybuilding routine, trying to chase that pump, for a lot of people, myself included, it's not as exciting. And again, that's not a bad thing. I want to improve my physique, so guess what? Yeah, sure as hell bet I'm going to follow all the way through, do everything necessary in order to enhance my physique. I'm going to train hard. But motivation is what people focus far too much on. Oh man, let's go kill in the gym. Yeah, it's important, but you got to do that every single workout session for several months or at least a year in order to get results. And that's what people tend to forget. I think that's a missing piece of the puzzle when people, you know, talk about individuals going from getting a good physique, they get those newbie gains, because when you first start training, everything kind of comes instantaneously to you. But as you train more and more, the progress happens, you know, further and further apart. And so in ways that motivation, that instantaneous feedback, you know, you're in that feedback loop of, I'm going to train for a little bit, in a few weeks I look better, to, fast forward a few years later, you gotta train for 6 months, 8 months straight before you notice any improvement on your body. That feedback loop gets longer and longer and longer. So just relying on daily motivation isn't going to cut it. Discipline is where it's at, and that's something I've really learned for myself this year, focusing on hypertrophy. I was asking myself, I'm like, wait a second, so why isn't training as exciting? I'm dedicated, I'm in there, I'm doing all my workouts, and then I realized that adrenaline rush that I got from lifting heavy is something that has brought me immense satisfaction. If you were to ask me last year 3 moments I remember the most from training, it wouldn't be hitting, a new tricep extension 15 rep max. That wouldn't be it, right? So it wouldn't be a hypertrophy goal. I would probably cite 405 on the high bar squat for 10 repetitions. I would say the 365 bench that I hit, and then lastly it'd be the 600-pound deadlift, which was a long time coming. So training when you focus for strength, for me, is a lot more exciting. But for those out there, especially if you're inclined towards hypertrophy, you want to get bigger, you have to understand that it's a process and it's a means to an end. You want to get a better physique, you got to put in the time and effort. And this was cemented for me when I watched Ronnie Coleman, videos of him, Jay Cutler, all those bodybuilders. If you take a look at the way they regard their training, yeah, people cite often Ronnie Coleman getting hyped up once again, for a heavy lift, which I think he incorporated more heavy lifting into his training, because keep in mind there are many different ways to grow muscle. I think he focused more on heavy lifting because it's more exciting. But if you look at his day-to-day lifting when he wasn't doing 800 pounds on the squat, it was fairly routine, fairly mundane. He did the same things over and over again. Same idea with Jay Cutler. Same idea with a lot of top bodybuilders that you see. Kai Green, when you see his workouts, he's not, yelling up a storm every single workout. In fact, he's very methodical, very disciplined, as I would say once again, and dedicated, and they do that for years and years and years, and they get the results they want. They don't go into the workout expecting, oh man, this is going to be the best workout ever, I'm going to have so much fun chasing this pump. It's something that's necessary, and I would say that training with other individuals recently for hypertrophy, I've found has been helpful in the sense that we have similar goals, we know what we want, and pushing each other that way is easier than working out on your own when it comes to hypertrophy. For strength, personally, I don't need anyone around me. I don't need nothing. Just turn up the music or even go no music. The actual reward of lifting that weight is enough for me. For hypertrophy, on the other hand, I now understand why a lot of bodybuilders, you go to Arnold Schwarzenegger, you look at Gold's Gym back in the day, the golden era of bodybuilding, why a lot of bodybuilders were training together. I get it now. So discipline trumps motivation. You don't necessarily have to love the process, especially, let's phrase it another way. I personally like losing weight because I like the dedication, discipline that it requires. I like the structure that it provides. I like losing weight. For a lot of people, they don't enjoy the process. They wouldn't find it very exciting to lose weight, but they like the end result. So you don't always have to love exactly what you do. And just training with all these other people that have built good physiques over time really cemented that with some of these conversations. So don't be afraid of anything or the goals that you might have. Discipline is where it's at. Anyways, I just thought I would provide this little video, my own personal opinion. Do you disagree? Do you agree with me? Let me know in the comment section below. Don't worry, I can handle it. Lastly, for those that are looking for something that's exciting, that want to keep increasing their strength and their muscle, so unlike me, I'm focusing on pure hypertrophy right now because I want to show the 3 out of 5 Natty King what I can bring. We just released a new program, Bodybuilding 2.0, which is a new program for Kaizen and myself, Sound Mike Barquan, a 5-time per week split that really focuses on the specificity of getting stronger. So practicing those big 3 movements, focusing on singles, getting stronger there, as well as providing enough variety, variation, and volume in order to grow your muscles. This is our new program. We're damn proud of it. It's heavily discounted right now for this week only. So if you're looking for a program where it provides the best of all those worlds combined and you don't gotta worry about the routine being boring, check it out. Bodybuilding 2.0, link is in the description. That's all the time we have. Thank you so much for watching the video. If you liked the video, if you thought to yourself, you know what? I agree with that. Like the damn video, and I'll see all you guys, my rascals, in that next video. Peace!